Hey there, welcome to the channel. Gonna take a quick look at the market today. All right, well, we got Cat Cam in the house, hanging out on the chair. Let's look at these rates. My goodness, look at the 10-year today. Went up 5.25%. That's just incredible. So you had rates, give up a little bit a couple days ago, but man, it just jumping out of the. Look at that thing just popping. Very interesting. Yeah, that's not really good. That's pretty heavy duty recession predictor there. I mean, it's just that's amazing. One thing I wanted to look at was UNG. Look at this thing. Now, this thing has been UNG, which is the natural gas ETF. This thing has been a disaster for so long. I remember I used to trade this way back in the day because it had some really good moves. But this thing now suddenly is looking alive. Look at this, down, down, down. And this one had a lot of these kind of fake outs, like back in 2018, it looked like, oh, it's going to come out, and it didn't. And then, but now we have like another one of these moves. So you wonder how it will do. And this thing too has kind of a negative carry or something, but you can see that it's kind of put in this base. This is a weekly chart. This is like 7 years of data. So just rather interesting. So this thing is really starting to move out here. So that's kind of interesting. So we have natural gas moving, kind of going really just parabolic. This on a weekly. So this is like the last, 2 weeks. That's just huge and decent volume on that too. So yeah, natural gas. I mean, it makes sense. It should be going with oil. And look at our oil too. Our oil is kind of putting in another up day, creating that W. So we'll kind of see what happens with that thing, if it's gonna, break out and go to new highs, or it's gonna fail at that previous resistance there. So that's kind of something important to kind of checking out. Probably sometime next week, maybe we'll get some kind of a move on that. Our wheat finally got rejected here a little bit. So that's little bit of a positive sign. You can see that you have this kind of resistance in this area. The old highs came down, and it's kind of, so far it's been rejected. So we'll see. Hopefully wheat will go down a little bit more. That would be good for humanity, because high wheat prices are not good for humanity. ARC, look at this thing going down, still kind of crappy. Dollar still on the weekly moving up. Qs on the weekly. So yeah, just look at that, like on the Qs. This kind of really, kind of really sealing in. It's really just failing. So, you couldn't save this tomorrow, right? Actually, the market's closed tomorrow. It's Good Friday. So this is just another, it's pretty kind of damning that we're entering a bear market if you look at the Qs like that. I mean, it's just, now we got 2 weeks where, this failed to get above the important moving averages like that again. And so that's pretty much a disaster there. A SPY going back under the important moving averages. So this is exactly like, if you go back. So if we go back and we kind of compare and say, what was going back in some of the other market tops. Okay, so yeah, looking back in time, you can see in like the 07, 08 market, entering the bear market, you can kind of see this kind of behavior. You're going to have some point where it comes back up and fails at the important moving averages. Now, we're more of just kind of failed, came down a little bit and came back up here. Back in 08, it was a much bigger move, but the key kind of thing is that, you're failing to get back up above, the 50-week / 200-day moving average, and you're really just starting to break down. So that is pretty damning, damning weak. And it kind of happens, things aren't fair, right? Could happen on a week that, I think tomorrow the market's closed for half day. So it's probably a lighter volume week. That's just how things go sometimes, And if we look at, look at that thing go. So I would hope that we get some resistance here in the 3% range for the 10-year yield, but I don't know. All right, well, that's it for this one. Talk to you later. Bye.